Before we start, understand this: life is watching you. It's waiting for you to break. If you fail this test, the world will own you. But if you pass, you'll own the world. Life is not a fair fight. It's a predator's arena, and predators don't negotiate. They hunt. They take. The second you start expecting fairness, you've already put your head on the chopping block. Machiavelli called it the cold law of power. Never trust the world to play by rules that protect you. Instead, bend the rules, or break them before they break you. Your enemies, and yes, you have them, aren't always waving a sword in your face. They smile. They pretend to care. They pat you on the back while measuring the exact spot they'll sink the knife. You must learn to see the shadow behind the smile. Cold psychology teaches this. When people test you, they're not testing your strength. They're testing your limits. Show them you have none. When they push, don't just push back, push further. Crush the test so completely that they never dare to give it again. Stop trying to win people's approval. Approval is a leash. The only thing worth winning is leverage. Leverage makes the room bend toward you. It makes allies obey and enemies hesitate. It's silent power. And silent power is the most dangerous kind. If you're still listening, good. It means you're not one of the weak who click away when they feel uncomfortable. Comment this now. Cold mind, unshakable will. Say it like you own it. Say it like you mean it. Power doesn't start in your fists, it starts in your head. And if your head is still running the program the world installed in you, you're already theirs. The first step? Strip out every soft, sentimental script they fed you. That nonsense about just be yourself. Everything happens for a reason. Good things come to those who wait. Those phrases are traps. They breed passivity. They train you to accept scraps instead of hunting the feast. You're not here to wait, you're here to take. Rewiring means this: when pain hits, you don't crumble, you study it. When betrayal burns, you don't cry. You record every detail for the day you return the favor with interest. Every setback becomes fuel. Every insult becomes a weapon. You condition your mind like a soldier conditions his body. Repetition, pressure, pain, again and again, until nothing rattles you. You kill the instinct to complain. You replace "why me" with "try me." Understand this: a mind that can't be broken is a weapon that can't be stopped. And once your mind is weaponized, your enemies stop being a threat. They become opportunities to demonstrate your dominance. So here's your assignment. Type it into the comments right now. Pain is my forge. Pressure is my fuel. Make it public. Make it real. Never show your full hand. A man who reveals all his weapons invites a preemptive strike. A man who hides his sharpest blade lives to choose when to strike. Machiavelli understood this. Power isn't always about being feared immediately. It's about being underestimated until the moment fear hits like a knife in the dark. Let them think you're smaller than you are. Let them believe you're distracted, harmless, maybe even naive. Smile when they expect you to fight. Step back when they expect you to advance. Give them the illusion of safety, then take it away all at once. In dark psychology, this is called the false frame. You shape their perception so they build a cage for themselves. And they don't even realize they're trapped until you hold the key. Understand, silence is a weapon. Patience is a noose. Every time you speak less than you know, you make them reveal more than they should. Every time you delay your move, they get comfortable, sloppy, exposed. When the time comes, you don't warn them. You don't announce your power. You unleash it. Fast, precise, and final. If you're still here, you're part of the 1% who can handle this truth. Prove it. Comment this now. Invisible until inevitable. Every empire that has ever fallen started the same way, not with an attack from the outside, but a fracture from within. Your mind is no different. If you let the world infect you with doubt, fear, and emotional fragility, you've already handed them the keys to your fortress. The strongest man in the room isn't the one shouting, it's the one who can stand in silence while chaos rages around him, unmoved, unreadable, untouchable. That's what I call the iron core, and it's built through one ruthless habit: mastering your reactions. They insult you. You don't flinch. They betray you. You don't rage. You remember. They provoke you in public. You smile because they've just told you their greatest weakness. They need to see you lose control. An iron core means your emotions serve you, not the other way around. It means you can walk through hell with ice in your veins. And in a Machiavellian world, that's not optional. It's survival. Listen, every time you explode in anger, every time you show desperation, every time you panic, you're sending the same message: I can be manipulated. That's like walking into a battlefield wearing a neon sign that says, "Aim here." Control isn't weakness. Control is containment. The ability to hold back the storm until the moment it becomes a weapon. The samurai didn't draw his blade for every insult. He drew it only when the kill was certain. Here's the truth most men can't handle. If you want power, you must be willing to let people believe they've hurt you, while you're quietly building the strength to bury them tenfold. When you master this, something strange happens. People stop testing you. Not because you're the loudest, but because deep down, they sense it. The abyss in your eyes, the unshakable calm that says, I can end you, but I choose not to. That's the power of the iron core. It makes you unpredictable, it makes you dangerous, and it makes every interaction tilt in your favor, because they never quite know where they stand with you. So here's your public commitment. Type this into the comments. I move like steel, I think like fire. Lock it in. Let everyone watching know you're not here for comfort, you're here for command. Because after this, we're going deeper. Next, I'll show you the dark law of psychological warfare, how to turn the minds of others into territory you control. Every war is fought in two places, the battlefield and the mind. The battlefield decides who bleeds. The mind decides who commands. The tragedy is, most people never even step into the second battlefield. They think power is muscle, money, armies, or weapons. And yes, those matter, but they're nothing without control over the mind. Because if you control what someone thinks, you control what they believe. And if you control what they believe, you control what they do. That means you own them without a single chain, without firing a single shot. Machiavelli understood this better than most. His genius wasn't in brute force, it was in making enemies defeat themselves. He played in the shadows of perception, bending reality until his opponents couldn't tell what was real and what was planted in their minds. That's psychological warfare. And if you master it, you don't just win fights, you win without fighting. Principle 1. Attack where they think they are strong. You don't break through the front door of a fortress, you find the door they forgot to lock. When someone feels secure, they stop checking their blind spots. Their pride creates openings their logic can't see. So you smile, nod, let them believe they're untouchable. And then you strike in the place they swore was invincible. Principle 2. Control the frame. The frame is the invisible set of rules that defines the interaction. If you set the frame, they play your game. If you set the game, you've already won. Want them scared? Make fear the only currency they can spend. Want them desperate? Make them believe time is bleeding out fast. Frames aren't announced, they're felt. And once they're inside your frame, they can't even imagine a reality outside it. Principle 3. Weaponize unpredictability. A predictable man is a readable man. A readable man is a beatable man. Unpredictability forces them to live in uncertainty, and uncertainty breeds mistakes. You advance when they expect you to retreat. You retreat when they expect an attack. You go silent when they expect a reply. You agree with them when they expect you to resist. You keep them off balance until they're reacting instead of acting. Once someone is reacting to you, you own the tempo. Principle 4. Make them attack themselves. The deadliest strike isn't the one you throw, it's the one they throw at themselves. Turn their pride into overreach. turn their ambition into recklessness, make them burn their own resources trying to hurt you until they're exhausted and exposed. The beauty? They think they're winning the whole time, and by the time they realize they're not, it's too late. Understand this. In psychological warfare, silence can be more lethal than any insult. A single unanswered move can make an enemy spiral in paranoia, fighting shadows you never even cast. You don't need to tell them you're winning, they'll feel it. The ultimate goal is control without visible chains. They'll walk away believing they were free, all while moving exactly where you wanted them to. That's the art Machiavelli mastered. That's the law I'm handing you now. And I'll say this, if you've made it this far, you're not here for entertainment. You're here to sharpen your edge. So make your commitment visible. Type in the comments right now, I master minds, I command outcomes. Because in the next part, we stop talking about defense. We stop talking about counters. We step into the storm. And you'll learn how to become the force no one can prepare for. You've learned how to defend your mind. You've learned how to make others stumble, doubt, and collapse. But now, defense is over. It's time to become the force that no one can prepare for. Not the calm before the storm itself. Unpredictable, relentless, devastating. Most people spend their lives reacting. Something happens to them and they adjust. They adapt, they cope, they make the best of it. Pathetic. The predator does not adapt to the prey. The prey adapts to the predator. If you want to dominate life, you must set the weather. You dictate the terms of engagement. You create the conditions that force others to move the way you want. A storm doesn't ask permission to arrive. It doesn't warn the village with polite letters. It builds in silence, then strikes with a violence that leaves no time for preparation. Step 1. Seize the initiative. Never wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Most men freeze, overthinking, waiting for every variable to line up. By the time they act, the opportunity is gone. The storm doesn't wait for perfect skies. It makes the skies perfect by its arrival. When you see a move, you take it, fast, decisive, without broadcasting your intent. Step 2. Overwhelm. A single strike can be blocked. A single attack can be parried. But when you come with speed, volume, and precision, you don't give the other side time to think. They'll make mistakes under the pressure. They'll fold because they can't breathe. This is as true in business, politics, and relationships as it is in war. Step 3. Disrupt their rhythm. Every person, every group, every system has a rhythm, a predictable pattern. A storm shatters patterns. If they expect you to attack on Monday, strike on Friday. If they expect aggression, deliver patience until they relax. Then hit twice as hard. Control the rhythm and you control their sense of safety. Step 4. Leave a mark. When the storm passes, the land never looks the same. Your goal isn't just to win, it's to reshape the battlefield so no one forgets you. This could mean rewriting the rules of the game, destroying an opponent's credibility so completely they never recover, or securing territory that becomes your permanent advantage. Whatever it is, leave scars deep enough that no one mistakes your presence for a temporary fluke. Here's the part most won't admit. Becoming the storm will cost you. You will lose the comfort of being liked. You will lose the illusion of being safe. But in exchange, you gain something greater. Fear and respect so deeply ingrained in others that your absence feels like a threat, and your presence feels like inevitability. When you master this, you don't just survive life's tests, you become the test. Others measure themselves against you and come up short every time. So here's what I want from you right now. Prove to yourself you're ready to be more than just a survivor. Type this into the comments. I am the storm they never see coming. Say it like a declaration of war. Because in the next section, I'm going to teach you the most dangerous skill of all. How to disappear in plain sight and still control everything. True power doesn't always stand in the spotlight. The kings you see, often puppets. The The real rulers move in shadows, untouched, unseen, but feared all the same. Understand this: visibility is vulnerability. The moment they can measure you, they can target you. The moment they can predict you, they can trap you. But when you master the art of invisibility, you become a ghost with a crown, present everywhere, accountable nowhere. Machiavelli hinted at it. The prince who wishes to remain in power must not always be the face of it. Faces can be attacked, defamed, destroyed. But an unseen hand, you can't kill what you can't find. Step 1. Operate through proxies. Never be the one signing the order. Never be the name on the paper. Have others carry out your will so that when the blowback comes, they absorb it, while you remain untouchable. In politics, this is done through frontmen. In business, through partners and intermediaries. In life, through alliances that shield you from exposure. Step 2. Disappear into the crowd. The greatest predator can walk through a crowded street and look like prey. Blend, adapt, avoid unnecessary attention. Let others take the spotlight, take the credit, take the heat, while you quietly position yourself to own the outcome. The applause is for them. The control is yours. Step 3. Control the narrative without owning it. Information is the oxygen of power. Feed it to people in the doses you choose, at the times you choose. Guide conversations so subtly they believe the thoughts are their own. You don't need to be the loudest voice in the room if you're the one deciding what the loudest voice says. Step 4. Strike without warning, then fade. Your invisibility is your advantage, but it's also your camouflage for attack. When you move, do it with precision, fast, decisive, and without lingering to be applauded. The storm that strikes and vanishes creates paranoia. Where will they hit next? Keep them guessing. Keep them on edge. Step 5. Leave no pattern. If they can't track you, they can't predict you. Don't appear in the same places. Don't use the same methods. Don't repeat your timing. Let your moves feel random to outsiders, but keep the pattern clear in your own mind. You're the only one who needs to know the order of the game. The power of invisibility is this: people fight shadows until they exhaust themselves. They invent enemies in every corner because they can't pinpoint you. And while they burn energy chasing ghosts, you consolidate power quietly, piece by piece, until you own everything that matters. Invisibility doesn't mean weakness. It means you choose when, where, and how you're seen, and always on your terms. When you master this, you'll notice a shift. Enemies stop looking directly at you. They start asking, who's really behind this? And they'll never find the answer. So here's your command. Type this in the comments. I move unseen, yet control everything. Most men can't walk away. They win a battle and cling to it, desperate to savor the taste, desperate for recognition. That desperation is the seed of their destruction. The highest level of power is not victory. It's control over your own attachment to victory. Because the man who needs to win every fight is easy to bait. The man who can walk away at his peak, untouchable. Machiavelli knew this. Sometimes the best move isn't to crush your enemy completely, but to leave them standing, broken, but believing they still have something left. Why? Because an enemy with hope is predictable. An enemy destroyed has nothing left to lose, and nothing is more dangerous than a cornered rat. Walking away is not weakness. It's the cold calculation that says, I could end you, but ending you now gains me nothing. It's patience on a level most will never understand. It's knowing the war is longer than any single battle. In dark psychology, this is called power reserve. You leave the table before the cards turn against you. You abandon a fight when its cost outweighs its value. You preserve strength for the strike that truly matters. When you can walk away, you send a message louder than any victory. I choose when this ends, not you. So remember this: the ability to let go is the ability to stay undefeated. Not because you never lose, but because you never play when the game isn't worth it. If you've made it this far, prove you've reached this level. Type in the comments, I walk away stronger than I arrived. If you've made it here, you're no longer the same person. We've burned the weak scripts from your mind. You've built the iron core, learned to become the storm, to vanish in plain sight, to control minds, and to walk away without losing a crown. Now comes the ascent, where you stop knowing these laws and start living them. You don't react, you calculate. You don't hesitate, you strike. You don't cling, you vanish when it serves the greater war. The highest form of power isn't being seen, it's being felt everywhere without being touched. When you reach this level, they can't predict you, can't measure you, and can't stop you. Take the phrase that hit you hardest in this series and type it in the comments now. Then like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the next law I drop might just be the one that changes everything. From this moment on, you are untouchable.